Somebody come get Angel Reese, because she just won a championship she didn't even show up for. I'm serious. She skipped the playoffs, ghosted the finals, didn't lace up the sneakers once, and still out here on social media like she just hit the game winner at the buzzer. Make it make sense. How do you miss the entire ending of the movie and still want credit for the plot twist? She didn't play a single minute in the last 2 games, but still posted up like, "Y'all see this ring? Girl, that ain't your ring. That's a group project, and you didn't even open the Google Doc." You know what she did instead of showing up? She went to watch Bronny James play high school ball. High school? Like, sis really said, "Nah, I'm good on the championship. I've got courtside seats at a teenager's game." And the media? Oh, they ate it up. Angel Reese, champion. Champion of what? Champion of calling in on FaceTime like she was in the building. Champion of skipping games but still soaking up the spotlight. Let's be real, if Caitlin Clark did this, the internet would collapse. They'd say she's not committed. They'd say she's selfish. But Angel Reese does it, and all of a sudden, it's queen behavior. Nah, it's clown behavior. This isn't hate. This is accountability. So in today's video, we're diving deep into one of the most ridiculous championship celebrations in sports history. We're breaking down why Angel Reese is out here doing press like she carried the team when she didn't even carry a water bottle, how the media is pushing this narrative like we all got amnesia, and why this so-called title might be the most overhyped thing since NFTs. You want to be a champion? Cool. Show up, play, win. Until then, FaceTiming from home don't count. Let's talk about it. Before we get into all the action, take a quick moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. That way you'll always stay updated on the latest WNBA news, big moves, and game breakdowns just like this. Don't miss out, we've got you covered. So go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's jump right in.
I had no idea at the time that Angel Reese didn't even bother to show up. Didn't even show up. FaceTimed in. Did not show up to support her teammates.
Yup, you heard that right. Angel Reese is out here celebrating like she just hit a game winner in overtime of Game 7. But the truth, she didn't even lace up for the final games. Her team, the Rose, won the unrivaled league championship. And Reese was nowhere in sight. No warm-up, no team huddle, no pregame pep talk, nothing. She wasn't injured. She wasn't under any restriction. She just didn't show. You know where she was? Courtside, watching Bronny James play high school basketball. No hate to Bronny, but girl, really? You skipped the playoffs to watch a high school game? That's like ditching your own birthday party to go sit at the kids' table next door.
Angel Reese beating her shit. What y'all gonna say now? Now that I have this unrivaled championship that I didn't even think to attend.
Imagine your squad is in the heat of the playoffs and your so-called star player is out catching highlights at a teenager's event. That's not leadership. That's not commitment. That's not even FOMO. That's just lame. It's like calling in sick to work, then showing up in the company photo when the team wins an award. You didn't put in the hours, didn't show up to the meetings, didn't lift a finger, but now you want the trophy and the Instagram captions? And what's wild? Social media ate it up. Folks posting her highlights, calling her a champ, acting like she just dropped 40 in the finals. Bro, she wasn't even on the court. Not one dribble, not one hustle play, nada. She posted up like she just dropped a triple-double, like she locked down the other team's best scorer. Girl, you didn't even tie your sneakers. You weren't in the gym, you were in the bleachers. Courtside at a high school game while your squad was fighting for a chip. Let's be real, Angel pulled the ultimate disappearing act, then came back like she was the main character. Girl, you skipped the movie and showed up for the credits. Make it make sense.
Angel Reese, 3-on-3, full season highlights. Let's go. This is my MVP, everybody, right here. She didn't win it, but she should have. Bang!
You ever been in a group project where one person does nothing but still wants credit? That's Angel Reese right now. The teammate who disappears until the day of the presentation, then shows up in a fresh outfit like they carried the PowerPoint. Her teammates were out there grinding, sweating, diving for loose balls. They were fighting for every point, running plays, getting buckets. Reese, she was watching on her phone, probably while sipping on a smoothie. But somehow, She's holding up the trophy like she was out there calling plays and boxing out.
When her team achieved this remarkable accomplishment, Angel Reese was so thrilled, she FaceTimed in.
She literally FaceTimed into the celebration. I can't even make this up. Imagine your team wins a championship and you show up via FaceTime like, "Hey guys, congrats. So proud of y'all. Now pass me my ring." Sis, you weren't even in the group chat for the last 2 games. Nah, that's not how this works. This isn't Uber Eats. You don't get delivery rings. You don't DoorDash a championship moment. You can't just skip the hustle and still show up for the highlight reel.
And she thought so much of this championship that she was like, nah, I don't want to diminish the greatness of this championship by attending the game and rooting on my teammates.
And let's not forget, real leaders don't just pop in when it's time to shine. They show up when it's tough, when the sweat hits, when the team needs someone in the trenches, not on the timeline. So yeah, Angel Reese might have got her FaceTime moment, but that's not leadership. That's pretending to be part of the movie when you didn't even show up for filming. But hey, speaking of fake headlines and hyped up stories, let's slide into how the media spun this whole thing like she won the WNBA finals herself. Let's call it what it is. The media is trying so hard to make Angel Reese the face of women's basketball. And hey, I get it. She's marketable. She's got personality. She's got drama. She's got that it factor. She's trending on Twitter. She's making TikToks. And she's got the press on speed dial. But this ain't it. They ran with the story like she just pulled off some historic performance. Headlines everywhere. Angel Reese adds another title. Champion again. Champion of what? She didn't even break a sweat. She didn't grab a rebound. She didn't even show up. She wasn't in the gym. She was in the glam room. And now she's collecting fake accolades like she's at an NBA awards show. Let's be real. Angel Reese is out here getting participation trophies without even participating. You can't just pop up on the gram, flash a ring you didn't earn, and expect people to clap like you just dropped a buzzer beater. It doesn't work like that. We're living in an era where Instagram followers are being treated like stats. But real hoopers know you can't Photoshop effort. You can't edit in commitment. You can't Facetune hustle. No amount of filters is going to turn that absence into impact. And look, if Caitlin Clark did this, oh, forget about it. She'd be trending for all the wrong reasons. They'd be throwing her under the bus, dragging her on every talk show, questioning her entire career. They'd be like, she's not built for this. She's selfish. She's not a real leader. But Angel Reese, the media rolls out the red carpet, hands her a mic, and says, "Tell us how great you are." Like we didn't all just see her miss the whole show. Come on now, be serious. Anyway, speaking of shows that nobody asked for, let's talk about this so-called league that gave her that shiny ring in the first place. Here's the other thing no one wants to say. The unrivaled league ain't even that serious. It's a 3-on-3 side league.
This championship game was so unimportant, she's like, nah, I'm good. I'll watch from home. I'll watch this stream from home, and I'll FaceTime in.
And get this, most of the big names in women's basketball, they weren't even in it. No Caitlin Clark, no...
To sit through the fake importance of double-doubles all over again, question mark? Oh, nobody gets hollow double-doubles like your girl, Angel Reese.
But you want to talk about what y'all gonna say now?
What they gonna say now? What they gonna say now?
Caitlin Clark, Twitter would roast her. Talk shows would be dragging her like she forgot how to dribble. Every sports podcast would be calling her overrated. Her name would be trending under hashtags like Caitlin ghosted and not my MVP. You'd have entire shows breaking down her commitment. They'd be questioning her leadership. Some folks would probably blame her for global warming. That's how wild it would get. Gotta play like one. You don't get rings for attendance. You can't just FaceTime your way into greatness. That's not how this works. You don't get credit for a group project when you didn't even open the group chat. And let's be real, this ain't hate. This is accountability. Holding someone to a fair standard is not tearing them down. It's treating them like they actually matter. And speaking of what really matters, let's talk about what real champions do when it's go time. Because guess what? They don't vanish when it counts. Whoa, you game highlights, player spotlights, or behind-the-scenes moments, real champions don't skip the game. They don't vanish when their team needs them most. They show up rain, shine, or playoff pressure. They grind, they fight, they take the bruises and carry the weight. They don't post up from a distance, they get in the paint and earn it. You think Kobe would have missed Game 7 and still tried to hold the trophy? You think Steph Curry would dip out for the playoffs and throw a parade? Even Dennis Rodman showed up after partying in Vegas. Spoiler alert, they might have played even better.
They won the inaugural unrivaled championship last night, and people immediately took to social media and Twitter and started posting, look at what Angel Reese has accomplished.
Let me hit you with some real tea, hot and fresh. The Rose actually played better in the championship game without Angel Reese. Like, significantly better. Chelsea Gray turned into a human highlight reel. The squad looked laser-focused. They were moving like a well-oiled machine, while Angel was out there moving like a ghost because she literally vanished. The chemistry, on point. The hustle.
And just how important this championship was to Angel Reese. Angel Reese didn't even attend the game. She was not in the building last night. That was more important than being at the location, being with her teammates, and actually, if this championship mattered, she would show up. She could afford it.
She was gone, vanished, missing in action. Then she had the audacity to pop up after the win acting like she just hit the game winner. Like, y'all saw that? That was all me. Girl, you can't be the hero of a story you weren't even in. You weren't on the court. You weren't on the bench. You weren't even in the building. You weren't the engine. You weren't even the spare tire. But speaking of things that just aren't adding up anymore, let's talk about this hype bubble Angel's riding on and how it might be on the edge of popping real soon. Look, no hate. Angel Reese is still young, still talented, still has time to grow. But if she keeps treating basketball like it's a fashion show and championships like photo ops, that clock's gonna run. There's always a new star rising, and the game never waits for anyone, not even social media darlings. Being a celebrity is one thing. Being a baller is another. You can be both, but only if you back it up.
Most influential female athletes right now. Simone Biles, number 3, right here. I can't quite get past the fact that Simone Biles is behind Angel Reese.
So where do we go from here? If Angel Reese wants to be remembered as a legend, she's got to start acting like one. This game isn't about who talks the loudest. It's about who works the hardest. Caitlin Clark is showing up every night, breaking records, selling out arenas. She's not skipping games. She's not calling in from the sidelines. She's putting in work. And until Angel Reese does the same, these titles, these headlines, they don't mean much. Real hoopers know the truth. Real fans can see the difference. You can only ride a narrative for so long before it breaks down. And it's not about proving the haters wrong. It's about proving the believers right. All right, that's it for this breakdown. If you're keeping it real, then you know this wasn't hate, it was just facts. You can't skip the grind and still want the glory. That's not how sports work. And calling it out, that's not negativity, that's accountability. Now, if you're rocking with the content, do me a quick favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next drop. We've got more takes, more receipts, and more truth on the way, especially when it comes to the WNBA and the players who are really putting in work. Appreciate you watching. Drop a comment below. Let me know if you think Angel Reese deserved that ring or if this whole thing was just cap. I'll catch you in the next one.